everybody. This is Starman, and welcome back to Let's Play Quest for Glory 4 Shadows of Darkness, the Thief Path. Last time you'll remember, we got the last of the Dark One rituals with a little creative restoring. Speaking of which, we do have one thing we can do to boost our honor a bit. Now that we no longer need the will-o-wisps, we can free them.
You release the will-o-wisps back into the swamp.
Thanks, kids. And we don't get an honor boost for that, but still the nice thing to do. Anyway, one thing I did forget to do during the day yesterday is we can go and get one final reading from the gypsies. I think we can also get it after we go to confront Katrina. But why not? I am just a lean, mean, dagger-throwing machine. I thought that was elsewhere, but... Actually, it did just occur to me, it is funny we didn't get a Vincent Price impression for some character in this game. I mean, we have Boris, but... no Vincent Price. Bit odd, that.
In my dreams last night, I heard Irana's staff speak. It said the sacrifice had been made. The dead had risen, and the living had died. When I awoke, I feared it was you who made the sacrifice. I sent Davy to discover the truth. He climbed over the wall and started sniffing around where the staff had been. He became scared when he caught your scent there, but then he scented you going with a child to the inn. It is not our way to be concerned about outsiders. You have certainly become more than an outsider to us.
Well, thank you, and let me go ahead and turn the volume down a bit.
There were many necrotars out hunting last night. It was difficult to avoid them. Oh, they are tough and hard to outrun.
Interesting.
I was injured in the leg the other night when a necrotar tried to steal the rabbit I had caught. Fortunately, the pack was not far away. They dragged it off me, and I was able to tear out its throat. Ugh, those things are nasty in a fight. I would not care to face one alone.
Well, we haven't done too bad on ourselves, so I'm gonna ask about vampires.
Listen. It is said that the only certain way to kill a vampire is to drive a wooden stake through its heart. This can only be done while the creature is helpless during the day. The Nosferatu have great powers of enchantment, and those foolish enough to face a vampire by night usually wind up feeding its lust for blood.
Okay, ask about vision.
That is all I know of the vision. I do sense that you have the staff now. Oh, it is very powerful and has a mind of its own, as I am sure you will find.
Ask about Magda.
But I have had a great deal of difficulty sleeping. My dreams disturb me very much. Foreknowledge is as much a curse as a gift.
And ask about Dark One.
Do not speak of it! Do not think of it, for it will drive you mad!
Well, that may explain a lot, but let's see if we can get one more fortune out of her.
Forgive me.
Not so much. Okay.
You say,
May your luck...
Yep, now that I think about it, we do get the last fortune after our confrontation, but no worries. Getting across the forest is incredibly easy for us at this point.
phew.
Since we took care of the wraiths and now we have random encounters to worry about. And even the random encounters aren't that bad with our stats buffed up. And... yeah, no, not tonight, Chernobyl. Huh. No Katrina. Well, guess we'll go ahead and... ah, what the...
How nice of you to come. I'm afraid I accidentally signed the wrong name to your note. It's been ages since we last met. Come here and let me look at you. You have no power against one such as I. Let's play a little game of fox and hound, shall we? I have summoned the hounds of death. Now we shall see whether you've kept up with your running lessons.
And with the speed turned up, I didn't even get the chance to run. But luckily, he's not going to kill us. That's too easy.
You fool! Did you really believe you could get away from me?
Yeah.
I have you now, and you will pay for my death. It is you that caused me to become a vampire. If you had not killed me, I would never be forced to serve the Dark Master again. You probably blame me for all the problems around here, don't you? You understand nothing. The Dark Master is the cause of all the woe that is here. The Dark Master brought you here against my better judgment. The Dark Master made me what I am now, a Nosferatu, and seeks to do the same to you. But I shall spare you that fate. I will mercifully end your miserable existence. Then the Dark Master and I will call forth eternal darkness, and we will no longer be limited to travel at night. Together, my master and I will create an army of undead, and we will conquer the world. Pity you won't be there to witness this. You cannot stop us now. You will never find your way out of this dungeon, and only a stake through the heart or more magic than you will ever have can stop us. You will die, knowing that you were destroyed by the Dark Master. Ah, the sun now rises, and I must go to my rest. You too shall rest. I will not allow you the chance to escape your fate, or to use that stake and hammer I torment you with here. Weapons of my destruction so close at hand, and yet so far. Sleep now, great hero. Tomorrow, we die.
You find yourself falling asleep. You wake up from what you thought was a nightmare, only to discover that it's only too real. It's definitely a skeleton, make no bones about it. The Borgovs were notoriously sloppy housekeepers. It's not clear whether the cages are designed to hold prisoners or hungry monsters. Maybe both are put in at the same time. It's a huge saw, ideal for sectioning trees or prisoners. You're in a gloomy, foul-smelling room filled with instruments of torture. You don't notice any. There is something large under the water that is either lonely or hungry. You don't want to find out which. It's an Iron Maiden, a popular torture and murder device. The inside bristles with sharp iron spikes. Unlike most things here, it is shiny and has no rust forming upon it. It's a stout It's a heavy...
Yeah, well, strangely enough, he left us with our equipment. And our daggers. Now, if it seems kind of suspect that he would do this, even in his Bondavillian arrogance, 10 points to Gryffindor for noticing that. Because, clearly, why would he just leave us here if he was able to kill us? The answer is he can't, because Vampire Master wants to make all kissy face with us and won't let him do it because Vampire Minion, Vampire Master can't really do it. So he's leaving us here, hoping that we will be stupid enough to go try and kill Katrina, save the day, and free him.
You open the lock on the chains easily. It seems your foe has underestimated you once again. It does seem odd, though, that he didn't bother to remove your backpack. You pick up the heavy... You take the...
And best go ahead and sneak. And yeah, we can oil this door, but it won't let us actually do that because it's barred on the other side, but you can see and hear the two guards through a peephole in the door. What's going on in here? The master didn't say nothing about guarding no prisoner. It's that Adab's guy's order, so it gives us something to do. Or so what? It gives us something to do. I don't like it. I think that Bees guy is trying to pull a fast one on the master. She's not going to like this. You want to go down and tell her? No way. Then shut up. Okay, so clearly we do not want to go out that door. So what ways do we have? Well, now that you look closely, there does seem to be something a bit odd about the design of the Iron Maiden. You take a deep breath and step inside.
You're in a lady's richly decorated bedroom. The coffin, where there should be a bed, seems a bit out of place. But there's no accounting for tastes.
Yeah, and note...
Only shards remain of the mirror. It appears to have been shattered by a single violent blow.
Perhaps by someone who had no need of a mirror.
In contrast to the lushness of the other furnishings in this room, the plain desk and chair are You see some neatly inscribed notes on magical spells, but they're mostly too esoteric for you to understand. In any case, it would be unsafe to spend much time fiddling with the desk. The vampire might awaken at any moment. Where a bed would normally be is a closed coffin. It is an ornate affair, apparently custom designed for someone who expected to be in and out of it frequently. Suddenly you find yourself totally unable to move.
You! What are you... How dare you! Try to kill me, dare you!
Not as such, no.
How dare you! You break into my home, steal away my child, kill my servant, Toby, and then return to kill me? After I befriended you and helped you, some hero you are. I should leave you here to rot. I should let the rats gnaw your bones while you hang there. Give me one reason, one excuse why I should not leave you here to die.
You look good in leather? So you say, talk about Adavis, plead for mercy, defend your actions, tell about child, tell Katrina you love her. Let's talk about Adavis.
You tell her about how Adavis brought you here and set you up.
Adavis. Yes, that does sound like him. He cannot harm me directly. I am his vampire master, after all. Plotting against me and trying to use you are very much his style. But it was not Adavis who stole Tanya from me! You broke into my home and took my child away! Why should I show you any mercy?
Explain your actions, tell her you love her, say you're sorry. Explain my actions.
Try to explain what you're doing in Katrina's bedroom.
Trying to find an exit from the dungeon? Just couldn't pass up a chance to look at the helpless vampire, could you? Funny place to look for an escape route, wasn't it? I have decided that I still have a use for you. Alive. If you help me, you may still manage to leave Mordavia without my mark upon you. I want you to seek out the 5 missing Dark One rituals and return to the castle. Together we will summon the Dark One and bring eternal night to this land. You will help me, won't you? Or must I take more drastic measures to assure your obedience?
Agree to help.
You tell Katrina that you'll do anything at all, if she'll just let you go and not rip your throat out.
Very well. But because I can never completely trust you, I will make certain you carry out my bidding. By my will, I guias thee. Thou shalt seek the heart ritual of the Dark One. Thou shalt seek the blood ritual of the Dark One. Thou shalt seek the breath ritual of the Dark One. Thou shalt seek the bone ritual of the Dark One. Thou shalt seek the sense ritual of the Dark One. Return with these rituals ere 3 nights pass, lest ye suffer. Thus is your guess.
You're giving me a bird?
So go and return with the rituals soon. I would not want you to suffer after all.
Okay, so at this point, we can leave and go back immediately, and the gates will be open if we have all the rituals. But, fun thing, if we still don't have them and have no clue where to go, we actually can go to the gypsies to get instructions on where to find all the rituals. And because I do like these little... Oh, batter cloud. Haven't had these guys in a while.
Welcome. I know that you have been through much since last we saw you.
Relatively speaking.
I have tried to read your fortune for you while you were gone. All the cards came up black. Then I had a vision. It was a dark vision. It left me cold and sick, yet I knew the vision was true. Now I will show you my vision and read your future once more in the tarot cards. And this time, darling, I won't even charge you for it.
Oh, hey.
The Dark One is not something of which the gypsies speak. It was an ill day when our tribe traveled to this valley. We used to trade freely with the people of the castle years ago. We did not know how things had changed here. The influence of the Dark One overshadows this valley. We gypsies know better than to get involved with the Dark One. You need to deal in some way with the darkness, and we gypsies are bound by honor to aid you however we can. Yet, if your actions stir the darkness and unleash it, our tribe will be destroyed. Still, you are an agent of destiny, and we will serve you as you serve it. The magic of the Dark One overwhelms this area, and the cards cannot override this power. Last night, I had a dream. It was a dark dream, and it frightened me. But it was a dream for you. Let me share with you the images which I saw, and perhaps the cards will aid in the telling.
Okay, bone.
The first image I saw was that of a bone. I heard in my dreams the words, "Bring me to life." Now, let us see what the cards will say of this.
Four of Swords.
Somehow, I do not think this is a premonition, although it fits the situation. No. I think this is a place, a tomb or cenotaph. Now, what more can we learn? Of all the cards, this is the most watery. The tomb lies in or near some water. The lake, perhaps. No. Rather, I believe this is the swamp. Somewhere in the swamp lies a tomb. And somewhere at that tomb is a piece of the puzzle that explains or deals with the image of the bone.
That's the bone ritual.
But I sense that you already have the answer to that problem. So perhaps you know more of this than I.
It's not that funny.
Oh, in my dream, I seem to move deeper into the darkness. The next image I saw in my dream was that of blood. I felt my own blood go cold as it too spoke the words, "Bring me to life." What do the cards say of this?
The Tower.
The tower. This is always an ill omen. I believe it represents a building of some sort. Let us learn more. The Dark One. The building is dedicated to the Dark One itself. Somewhere within there lies the puzzle piece for the blood.
Yeah, the one we got from the keg.
However, I sense that you already contain that piece. In the dream, I seemed to get colder. I felt the icy breath of something huge before me. It got louder and stronger, and I seemed to be pulled by it.
There's breath.
Before me was the image of breath. I felt myself pounded by the words, "Bring me to life, bring me to life." Tried to run, but I was caught in the wind. But the dream is over. Now, let us discover what we can.
Inverted Priestess.
This one is not a place. No, I believe this is the woman from your past. The self-centered one of power has the secrets to the breath.
That'd be Baba Yaga.
But you have already dealt with her, for the puzzle piece of the breath now lies with you. Then, in my dream, I felt myself blown along. All sound died, and I felt as if I had lost my body. I could not see, hear, smell, or feel anything. Then I saw the symbol of the senses. I was again overwhelmed by the words, "Bring me to life." Then the image faded. Shall we learn more?
And the Tower again.
Another place of darkness. Some building, or perhaps only a structure. The next card may help us.
And it's going to be not Dark One, oddly enough.
The Six of Swords? No, this is a sign of travel. Could it be a building far away? No, it cannot be. This is also the sign of the gypsies. But we have no buildings, particularly ones cursed by the darkness. I don't understand this. Let me discuss this subject with the others of my tribe. Perhaps we may yet make sense of this.
Although,
To return to my dream, I soon could hear a tremendous pounding noise. I found myself swept forward, deeper, deeper into darkness. There before me was the symbol of the heart. It too commanded, "Bring me to life." What will the cards tell of this? An inverted death. Something or someone in stagnation. Not dead, yet not quite living.
that'd be the
perhaps,
Wraith
huh?
from the woods.
Show the next card. The Four of Coins is the symbol of the miser and hoarder. Someone who will not let go of his possessions. Thus, together, the cards speak of some undead creature who jealously guards this puzzle piece. I can tell that this part of the puzzle has already been gained by you. Let us continue. Oh, again, the dream filled me with fear, and I struggled to awaken from its depths. I could not resist against its force, so I found myself in the center of darkness. I saw before me this symbol and heard the voice demand, "Give me life." I awoke and lay trembling for the rest of the night. Let us see where the last part of the puzzle lies.
The Hierophant.
The Hierophant.
Oh.
The sign of a spiritual leader. This person is one who serves another willingly. There are many possible interpretations here. Now, let us see what the next card will explain. The Dark One. This is a priest of the Dark One, or someone trapped by the Dark One, or perhaps both. You will have to enter into darkness itself to find this piece. Yet remember, nothing serves the Dark One and remains unchanged. The one who has what you seek is of the Dark One now. Deal with him carefully. These last cards will reveal the point of all these visions and dreams. The Dark One! The Lady of Power and Magic.
Rana.
The Dark One is the ultimate source of all the problems here, yes. It drew those with ties to dark magic and those with ties to good. It is a thing not of this world, yet linked to it. My people tell tales of the battle against it. The stories tell of how the mage Irana held off the Dark One and sent it back, how she died in that battle, and the darkness was banished forever. These were just children's stories told to drive off the terrors of the night. What truly happened in that battle, we do not know. It is clear that the battle never ended, and the darkness still draws allies to its side. Just as you were drawn here as a pawn in this war, for whose side are you working, huh? It seems that both the Dark One and the magician Irana are using you. How this will end, the cards cannot foresee. The agents of darkness will continue to influence your actions in this matter. For now, I think this serves the purposes of both sides, right? The visions are clear. You will need to walk to the very center of darkness. The battle is stalemate, and only you can determine the winner. Only by turning the war to the Dark One, releasing it, can you free the magician Irana. Unless you do both, you do neither. We gypsies do not speak the names of those with power unless we must. Now I sense that such a time has come. You will know the Dark One by its name, but use it only where you must. The Dark One is called Avuzo.
Oh, that's how you pronounce it.
Leave now, and we will speak no more on this subject, except for the gypsy card and the dark building. I am an old wolf, and I cannot stand such a dream as that last night. It would kill me to face it again. That is all the cards can reveal. It took all my power to read this. May it serve you well.
And we got a little bit more.
Your path again crosses ours, and it is well.
Tell about Gias.
To tell about Ardavis, Katrina, and the Gias.
So, that is what the reading was about. Ah, things are building to a climax, and you are the center of it all. Oh, that you lived to tell such a tale. This is why you were summoned here, or else we would be hanging garlands of garlic to keep you at bay.
You tell about the gnome and his problems.
Wait, what?
I knew something had happened to you. I caught your scent mixed with necrotars, but the trail ended, and I lost you. I was hunting near the castle the other night, and I heard a woman's voice coming from one of the upper windows. She cried out in anger, or in sorrow. How could he? How dare he? My child, my baby. Then the hunt moved on, and I heard no more.
Okay. Go ahead and ask about the Borgo family.
The last Boyar was known to be a worshipper of the Dark One. Actually, he was high priest of the cult. He vanished during the time of the summoning. I believe he is the meaning of the Hierophant's card. If the Boyar is still alive after all this time, he must be trapped in the Dark One's cave. I shudder to think how he has managed to survive, or what he must have become.
Yeah. Remember that big tentacled thing that tried grabbing us at the start of the game? Yeah.
Now we shall speak openly of an enemy which seeks to make all of us its pawns. It is a thing of dark magic. It is not of this world, but it seeks constantly to enter here. It feeds upon all living things and surrounds itself with darkness. Weak-minded fools worship it, since it promises its followers their every dream. Powerful fools seek to control it, but it too is powerful. Too powerful for anyone to control. Many years ago, a cult tried to summon the Dark One in Mordavia. They would have succeeded, but for a handful of brave men and the magician Irana. You see, it was not entirely driven back to its own world. Dark magic has leaked from the Dark One's cave, perverting this land and twisting the living things here. So, now again, the Dark One seeks to enter this world. Well, this time, you are to be the opener of the way. Everyone else is just a pawn. Irana too is a pawn. Because of her, you will unleash the darkness, so let us pray that you can banish it as well.
No pressure.
The magician Irana faced the Dark One at the time of the summoning, and prevented it from entering this world. She was trapped by it as well. You have her staff, and destiny has chosen you to aid her. But to free Irana, you must first free the Dark One.
And we'll go ahead and ask about the rituals.
Yes, it is to the rituals that the cards referred. 5 you can find in Mordavia. Oh, and one more is hidden within the Dark One's cave. That leaves only the ritual for the opening of the mouth. And I believe your Katrina must have that one already. How else could you have escaped the cave when first you came here, huh?
Yeah, ask about the card.
I have a feeling I can answer that question. I am not as mystical as Magda, but I am certain as to the meaning of the Tower and Gypsy cards. I heard a gypsy story once about Mordavia. It seemed pointless, and yet it was told. I shall tell it to you. Once long ago, a gypsy was hunting. This was a time when the pass to Mordavia was open, and the Borgovs still ruled as boyars in the castle. This gypsy saw men walking and chanting through the forest at night. He recognized the leader as the boyar. Curious, he followed them to a place near the Dark One's cave. They came to a large standing stone, gray and unmarked. One of the men held up a strange light. It was a will-o-wisp trapped in a bottle. The standing stone started to glow, and runes appeared on its sides. The boyar touched a metal disc to the stone pillar, and a section opened. The men continued chanting as the boyar put a piece of paper in the pillar. Ah, that is all the story tells.
So we've got that figured out. Well, that is everything.
You say goodbye.
Farewell. May your dangers be ever far from your feet.
Alright, well this chapter took a little longer than I anticipated, but now we have all of the official exposition that I already kind of remembered and explained along the way. So with that done, we'll close this out, and next time we will go to the Cave of the Dark One and save Mordavia. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.